Well, this is a crazy update. Toyota are going to start using BYD plug-in hybrid technology, which is a really big deal. I wanted to wait until we had some more substantial sources before publishing this, and known industry insiders, Best Car Web Japan, have come out and said this is what they're hearing too. Now, Toyota are known for their reliability. That's why most people go out and buy one. A lot of their models lag behind in their interior design, exterior looks, even driving dynamics to a pretty large extent, but they just won't die. And apart from starting up every time you drive it, reliability also means it has other knock-on benefits, like amazing resale value compared to pretty much all of its competitors. In fact, Toyota are so hell-bent on making their cars reliable, they go to weirdly extraordinary lengths. For example, their first mass-market electric car, the BZ4X, has a gross battery capacity of 71.4 kilowatt hours, but a usable capacity of just 64 kilowatt hours. That means they're holding off 11% of the battery's capacity purely for reliability reasons. Because Toyota aims for over 90% capacity in their batteries even after 10 years of use, which are huge, relatively lofty ambitions. And for comparison, a Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive in Australia has a gross battery capacity of 60 kilowatt hours and a usable capacity of 57.5 kilowatt hours, or comparatively just a 4% buffer in capacity. So for Toyota to use BYD technology within their cars is essentially a clear message to the rest of the automotive industry that BYD powertrains are reliable. But what exactly is this partnership between BYD and Toyota, and why is it such a big deal? Well, it actually started earlier than a lot of people realize. In China, Toyota sells a China exclusive model, the BZ3, which was jointly developed between Toyota and BYD. It's a front-wheel drive and quite attractive sedan, I think, with a claimed range of over 600 kilometers and a very BYD-esque interior. Of course, it uses BYD Blade batteries and a BYD supplied electric motor. So really, under its skin, the Toyota BZ3 is powered by BYD. Obviously, this partnership has been very successful for Toyota and BYD, hence these new reports fresh out of Japan's top industry insiders. Toyota is currently developing an all-new generation of their Corolla and are wanting to move away from their traditional closed-loop hybrid systems to plug-in hybrid systems. And this makes sense, right? Because global politics are requiring that cars are more and more efficient with less and less pollution. If a car is driving as a closed-loop hybrid, like you'll find on most current Toyota hybrids, it produces far more pollutants, at least on paper, than a plug-in hybrid. However, to develop a bespoke plug-in hybrid solution is extremely expensive, and Toyota have already tied up a lot of their resources in an all-new engine. Although Toyota has actually announced the existence of their new 1.5 litre inline-4 turbo petrol engine, I've had to do some digging to get its unreleased stats. So, their new 1.5 litre turbo engine will be approximately 5% more thermally efficient than their already thermally efficient 1.5 litre 3-cylinder engine that they offer on some of their models, like the Toyota Yaris Cross. To be able to achieve BYD's big claims of driving 2,100 kilometers on a single tank of fuel, Toyota needs to achieve a mind-blowing thermal efficiency of 46.06%, which they are quietly confident they will achieve and potentially even exceed. The new engine is also 10% smaller in volume and height, meaning less weight and better interior packaging, just because designers have more room to work with. It will also have a boost in power, naturally, though that is all speculation for now, so I'm not going to give that much airtime. But just like BYD used their 1.5 litre naturally aspirated petrol engine and the turbocharged versions of that engine in their BYD C-Line 6, which I've reviewed and I'll leave that down below, and also their BYD Shark Ute, they pair that engine with BYD's plug-in hybrid system, called DMI. Now that stands for Dual Motor Intelligence. And BYD's plug-in hybrid system has a few variations, but the basics are that you get a petrol motor, which acts essentially as a range extender, though it can also power the wheels if need be, above like 70 kilometers an hour or something, and it pairs that with either 1 or 2 electric motors. Impressively, their latest version of this technology, their 5th generation DMI system, provides fuel economy figures of just 2.9 liters per 100 kilometers, even when you don't have a full charge, and it has a combined range of up to 2,100 kilometers. These are insanely good figures, and so it's no wonder Toyota want this in their upcoming cars. Of course, Toyota being Toyota, they need to own some of the process Toyota. So they're going to pair their new 1.5-litre engine that they're privately developing with BYD's plug-in hybrid technology. And the first car they'll release it with is their upcoming new generation of Corolla. They are very risk averse, so they're not going to use BYD's latest combustion engines, and they're just going to rely on their own. In terms of what BYD will provide, well, it's probably one of two options. The first option is a 10.1 kilowatt hour battery with a motor that produces 120 kilowatt of power and 210 newton meters of torque, and that'll be mounted at the front wheels. The second option is a larger 15.87 kilowatt hour battery with a single electric motor putting out 160 kilowatt of power and 210 newton meters of torque. Big figures, and of course that will again go through the front wheels. And by the way, it's the larger, more powerful setup here that allowed BYD to achieve a claimed range of 2,100 kilometers recently. And it's reportedly going to be in even more new cars, like the next generation Toyota RAV4 and Harrier that's sold in some parts of Asia. Now, Toyota using other companies' drivetrains are not a new thing. For example, in their Mark V Toyota Supra, one of my favorite cars we've ever reviewed, they use BMW's B58 inline 6-cylinder engine. However, because Toyota are so hell-bent on their car's reliability, it really is the #1 selling point of their brand, and they're going to protect it at all costs. They made BMW give them one of their B58 engines to pull it apart and individually test all components to make sure it was a reliable car. And yep, as time has shown, the B58 is now one of the best inline 6-cylinder engines ever made, with huge tuning potential too, thanks to its reliability. And so all of this is really big news because, like I said, Toyota's biggest unique selling proposition is their reliability. And for them to use your components with their badge on it, that is essentially a tick of approval for reliability. And so BYD have a huge win here because for Chinese brands, reliability or perceived reliability is everything, especially in Western markets. No doubt 10 years ago, Chinese car brands definitely made some pretty unreliable vehicles. And actually recently when I was in China and speaking to some locals, they even said that 10 years ago, they would only buy a Volkswagen or Toyota because BYD vehicles were known to be a bit dicey on reliability. But now, considering the insane amount of R&D that goes into these Chinese brands, and I've seen it firsthand, BYD is the #1 car brand in China right now, and reliability concerns are just heading out the door, especially as cars become electrified, and electric vehicles are really way more reliable than internal combustion engine cars, which, like I've said previously, literally explode dinosaurs to move. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff if you ask me. Toyota using BYD drivetrains in their cars is pretty mind-blowing. Wouldn't have expected that a few years ago. But let me know what you guys think of that down in the comment section below. Do you reckon it's a big deal for BYD and Chinese car brand perceptions especially? And if you enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for way more in-depth analysis and the latest updates on the automotive industry. And of course, for the most comprehensive reviews and daily news, head to carsource.com. And if you're looking to buy a new car, head to carsource.com/buy, where my team can get you the absolute best deals on cars that are actually in stock. Our service is completely free for you as we charge the dealer. So let us help you navigate this really complex industry and secure the best price for your next car. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.